Hello. I'm waiting for people to jump on because it's a random live. I didn't notify anybody and I didn't plan this, but that's normal. That's how it works. But I had a very good meditation this morning, and it was on my mind yesterday to share what's going on. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to ask for Source to talk through me, to share. I prefer rather to be divine guidance than my own. It's not coming from the human mind or the ego. That's not a good one. So I will share what's coming in and what I saw this morning. Lovely meditations. The last few meditations, wow, have been really, really good. People don't see there's a lot of good. We're going up, and that's it. There's no stopping it. It's beautiful. All right. So there's a couple of people joined on. Goody. All right. So excuse me, because this is one I prefer to do. So I'm just going to call in and ask for Source rather to talk through me. Then it's not coming from my mouth and my human mind and ego and whatever it is. Okay, so give me 1 second. Okay. Hello, lovely people. I'm not sleeping. Just talking to Source. Okay. Let me tell you what I saw this morning, and I've seen it. I've seen it going around, and people don't understand what's happening. Really, I did discuss it. It's a saying we really do. We don't cognize when they say "as within, so without." Really, it is. And that's exactly what's happening. And as people are waking up, what they call waking up, as their consciousness is raising, which is happening on the planet, the big shift, the awakening, whatever you want to call it. People think that awakening to the truth that's the awakening to what's going on, the corruption and nonsense. No, that's on a normal level. That's just been there. We didn't pay notice because we were busy. We just got time to see it. And yeah, as our consciousness is rising, we're changing our perception. What we think is what we tolerated. That's all. Our perception is changing because our consciousness is raising. But what people haven't done, but they haven't realized, you haven't raised enough out of it. So what then you start doing is if you wake up, you start seeing your darkness as well. Everything's come out. All darkness is being revealed. Yours as well. So your fears, your shadows will come up and start bothering you. And you will see them outside. So everything you see outside is a reflection of what's inside. And also your ego, a lot of it, what you're seeing outside now is huge amount of ego. It's projection. It's the ego. People they're not separating themselves. You, the divine part of you, your soul, has no separation, has no ego, has no any of that. This is ego. This is the human identity, the human ego, the mind that that is the one that's making the noise and the anger and all. Separation, a lot of it. And I see it out there, and it's anyway. People aren't saying we are. What I see, little things I saw, like comments I got the other day on a post. It was someone saying, "Oh my gosh, it's not fast enough." This is just fear. This is a fear within you. If you're frightened of anything, you got to go in. Okay, you people are expecting. There's no logic because they haven't found that inner peace. They haven't found that yet. They need to. Raising the human consciousness. Once we get to a certain level, we're fine. But as the human consciousness raises, this is what we're going to see. This is kind of people they see the shadow out there, but they're not saying it's your shadows. People need to do their inner work. So this is how you can see it's being displayed out there. The ego, pride, fear. There's so much being displayed. So they're like, oh my gosh, it's not happening fast enough. Yes, it is. There's billions of people on the planet, and they're all at different levels. And I mean, there's different energies on the planet. Some have a really bad, hard, records, wars, nonsense. So there's a lot of people in dark deeds, energy, fear, all kinds of things, and their free will. So it's happening slowly. You know what I mean? And you can see, and as they raise, and a lot of people, you just have to compare what happened just maybe two years ago, not even that. And you can already see the difference of, it's like the wave of love, unity and peace and togetherness unit is spreading through the planet. You can already see the difference. You can already see people moving away from the negative, from the nasty, from the fear porn, from the news, which is all selling drama, fear, all that kind of thing. Hey, people are moving away from it. People are unifying. But if you haven't dealt with your own fears, you're seeing it out there. Oh my gosh, I'm right. It hasn't happened fast enough. No, all you're seeing is the dark and the things because you haven't. You've got to fight your own ego and your own shadows. Seek to clear them. But they are, and even now again in my meditation this morning, it was so amazing to see. Wow. So it was constantly, yes, there are people, because I saw that. It was massive, sending light, massive light onto the planet and around the planet, and then lifting humans. So now what are you doing? It was strange. So what you're doing is light was coming out, okay, from underneath almost. So can you imagine, like, say your hands are under the planet, right? So here's Earth, and you had your hands under the Earth, and as the light's pushing up through here, so it was like you see these people popping out, like literally popping out. Say this looked like a dark layer, like mud. And as you did this, I saw humans popping out, like coming through the mud, like coming out of the darkness, they submerging above the darkness, coming out into the light, pop, pop, pop. But it takes time in waves. And then the next wave comes through, and they rise a little bit higher out of the darkness. Say, this is what you're seeing. It's a metaphysical thing. So then the next wave of light is coming in, and they're going higher, and you see them then popping out, freeing themselves from the darkness. It's raising in consciousness and their fears and the thing. This is what you're saying basically is the collective shadow or ego, the death of the ego. Ooh, that ego is not wanting to die. It is making a big noise out there. It's fighting. It's a lot of noise. And I see a lot of people haven't realized that. So yes, a lot of people say, yes, the divide, trying to divide, but what they're doing is themselves is doing the same thing. So yeah, I've seen people complaining about, they're trying to divide us, the divide this. But what they're doing is exactly the same. It's us and them. And they groups, the awakening group and this group and that sort of, yes, it's okay to click, to connect with like-minded people, other thing, but don't exclude it. It's like, oh, we are this, so, you are better. We are, oh, wow, I see a lot, that's ego. That's so in the ego. There's a lot of groups forming, and it's become, so we hire better, this, that, yeah, pure bloods, and what the weirdest thing that I've seen now. This is just, it's shadow, it's ego. So what they're doing is a circle, it's back into the thing. But we will come, it will unify, humanity will unify. Thank you. Humanity, it's mostly going grey now. Oh dear. I used to, about, gosh, I can't remember how old I was, in my 30s, I went through some extreme trauma. It's like people have strokes, and you can make your hair go grey. So what happened was, it started going grey here. When I was about 30, I started getting some grey hair here, just on the sides. Anyway, it went away. And then I went for some more. If you missed my live on my journey, Olivia, I went to some real trauma. Wow. I went to some extended long, which almost removed me off the planet. And that happened. What happened was, well, then the grey hair really came, started coming back more and more. Obviously, it's not going to go away at my age. And my youngest daughter was convinced, because my mother died young, that, oh my gosh, now I'm going grey, I'm going to die. Shame, she had this, it really bothered her. In order to put her mind at ease, because, oh, mommy, you're getting old, you're going grey, you're going to die like granny. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind. So I started highlighting my hair, which I regret. Damaged, it's like beautiful hair, but it strips your hair, So I started highlighting my hair only so she wouldn't worry, because, she sees the grey and, okay, now, like, well, I didn't, it really bothered her. Anyway, so now I stopped doing it. I don't want chemicals, so I stopped doing it. So it's going on. But then, I earned every bit of grey hair. I haven't got much, but there is. So I stopped highlighting it now, because now she's, why you highlight your hair? I was, excuse me. So when she gets to like almost 20, she's like, why are you highlighting your hair? And I'm like, excuse me, I only did it because of you. You're the one that used to go on about it. Yeah, so now don't, so I thought, oh, for heaven's sake. So, and I stopped highlighting it. So I have peace. There we are. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't have any issues now. Yeah, with it. I don't. I earned them. And you earn your wrinkles. Absolutely. What can I say? So now I'm not bothered. It's a mission to grow it out. But it stripped your natural color and everything. So I had lovely, shiny, beautiful natural color like chestnut, auburn hair. But yeah, unfortunately, those little grey hairs used to torment my child, and I got tired of seeing, you're going to die, and I was like, okay, let me just get rid of the grey hair, and I'll have peace. Anyway, let's get back to the topic. So yes, people have got to try and recognize it and look at yourself. They are going to unify, and as I saw. It'll go great by itself. But this is the highlights coming out. I had lovely, anyway, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's hair. I just try and keep it healthy now and not put any chemicals and artificial organic shampoo and bars and whatever. Everything's natural now. No chemicals, no poison, no toxins in the body or on the body. I try not to do that. Keep on the planet. So yeah, and not poison the planet. So what I saw was this, and we're going to. It will spread. We've got to be patient and understanding, because a lot of people don't realize that it's the ego hanging on for dear life, doesn't want to exit. So the ones that a lot of people that call themselves the awake ones, there's a lot of anger in there, a lot of fear, because they're waking up, they haven't worked through it yet. So a lot of these awake people also be kind, passionate, and understanding too. When you see them still attacking each other, and I know better than you, and this is that, and I'm going to tell you with the truth, and you need to wake up, and this is fear, anger. This is they haven't, they got it. It'll go. It takes time. So this is what we're saying out there: the anger, the frustration, the thing. It's they have their belief, whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of it: fear, shadow, this ego, and the divide, and this thing. Yeah. It's just ego. It's the egoic whatever. Yeah, it hasn't quite, So this is what we're seeing. It will come, and the unity will come, but it also takes time. And it's really, if you're so busy focusing on that, then you're not seeing the good of what's happening. It really is spreading. Hello. It's spreading. Really is doing. It's really so much you can see. Love, peace, unity. You can see, just here's an example. I was talking about this. You can already see that people stopped listening to the media, news, TV. Wow, just completely went off it. Why? Because all they did was sell drama, negative news. I switched off at 2:10. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sick of this. Because nothing on the news was good. It was all bad news. I mean, you think they actually went looking for the worst story they could find. I mean, all it is, it's just, oh wow, it's really not even worth, it's trash. So that's what happened to our media and news. And people just got sick and tired of hearing it. Because if you're older like me, you remember in the beginning when we used to have the newspaper, normally the front story was positive. It was a good story. Oh, Mr. So-and-so saved the cat or whatever, whatever. And then it became less and less. And eventually that good story went to the back of the paper. Or it just didn't exist. Well, this is what happened. And I said to people, and you can see the change in consciousness, especially the young ones. Every younger generation has come in with a higher consciousness, have moved away from the nastiness, the drama. I mean, the horror movies. I mean, it became so dark. Everything, all the movies you saw were only horror, terror movies, this, that. I mean, it was all dark, 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 fear, shadows, Well, people just got so sick of it. The young people don't buy into any of this divide that's going on, fear, porn, nonsense, follow it, listen to it. And you can see, and yet, was it last night? I was listening to one of Russell Brand's videos on YouTube, talking about whatever nonsense going on, some political nonsense. It's the only that's the only news that I actually hear, because I don't follow any of it. Absolutely any of it. I won't let any of that dark, dense, negative energy into my field. I'm not interested, because what you focus on, consume is energy. And then people wonder why they see darkness and, oh my gosh, and I'm stressed and I'm worried, I'm fear. Because all you're focusing on is dark, dense energy. All you're allowing in your field, mind, consciousness, everything is dark, dense energy. Well, that's what you're going to get then. And so I listened to Russell Brand, and he always laughs. He makes it funny. Now, if you listen to his and get the truth, he tells you what's going on. Say, oh my gosh, there's this scandal or that, whatever, who knows. There's so much, I don't watch most of them, but there's a lot of, as we know, nonsense coming out. And this is the whole thing, because we are deciding, oh no, we don't like that. There's no integrity here. There's no honesty. No, there's no fairness. Where humanity is going, and what they wanted was equality, fairness, love, unity, things like that, peace. And we saw those riots long before this happened. We saw riots on the street for equality, this unfairness, imbalance. There's a few percent, and the rest of them have nothing. There's this unfairness, this unbalance. The exploitation of people, it's been coming for a long time. People have been unhappy for a long time, wanting balance, wanting peace, tired of the wars, tired of this. So this is what you're seeing. They try to keep it alive. So I watched his thing, and I realized, if you tap into Russell Brand's things, when you listen to the news, what he shares is going on, you will never finish listening to it and feel stressed, feel upset, feel frightened, feel angry, for anything. It's light. The energy and frequency and the intention behind it is not fear. There's a difference. There's energy. Tap in and read the energy. When you listen to his thing, it's funny, it's light. He puts the truth across without scaring you, without making you think dark, without making you think worried, without making you feel doomed. That's why. And look how his subscribers and how he's grown in size. His viewers and following is shot up. Look at the opposite, what they're sharing. Their viewers and followers are going down, 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 down. But some people still don't get it, because they're themselves in the dark, dense energy. And their channels and their thing, it just sells fear. Even their music, it's drama. They're very much in the darkness. So this is what they're projecting out there. But his not. So you can, if you want to find out what's going on, you can tap into his thing. He keeps, why do you think people follow him as well? He doesn't take sides. He's offering a solution. He's trying to bring us together for the common denominator, which is the whole point. And this is how, it stayed for so long, because the divide is kept. Instead of us uniting for the common to change things for the greatest good, we were taught, we were given each other to fight, so we could never achieve the greatest good for all if you keep blaming each other and fighting. So what he's doing is what everybody wants, and this is why he's growing in size and numbers. It's light, it's humorous, it's looking for the positive, it's looking for the solution, and he is shot up. And of course they're trying to slander him and trying to discredit him and trying to crush him. Because that's what he's doing. It's going to achieve. And those that are in a dark, dense consciousness don't want that to happen. They want to play into the divide. You see, in the same old tennis match. And us against them. But it won't work. So this is his energy. And if you go and watch something else, you can go watch whatever truth seeker thing, whatever nonsense is out there, doesn't matter what it is. And you will tap into it and you immediately feel, oh my gosh, angry, stressed, fear, worried, that's dark, dense energy. And the intention behind it and the energy behind it is dark. Do not engage in it. And then people wonder why. And then they take that energy on and then they feel angry, fearful, whatever else. Well, there we are. What do you expect? You know what I mean? You're also choosing to believe that. And you manifest it. Because now you're choosing, okay, all the realities in the world, like jobs, you're choosing, I'm going to choose that. That's the scariest, darkest, worst timeline, the lowest thing, but I'm going to make that my truth and I'm going to take that as my truth, my reality. Well, yeah, pretty much. A lot of them have manifested this. Yes, I have. Thank you very much. I did. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely, yeah, amazing. So this is what's happening out there, and then they can't understand, And I see it. I see a lot of people don't realize it's their darkness, their shadow is being projected. They do not see it. And well, but it's time. We've got to be patient and understand, And this has been going on for hundreds of thousands of years. Humanity's been chasing their tail like a dog in the dark. Ooh, it's there, looking for most of the thing is inside them. There we are. But it's going to take time to get there. But we're going there, and there's no stopping it. The light is coming into the planet. The planet is raising. It's lovely. People are just expecting it to happen all overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. There's so many people. It takes time. There's a lot of this energy, different energies on the planet, different consciousness on the planet, different beliefs on the planet. But that unity, love, peace, everything is coming. It's already spreading. And if you pay attention to the good, you will see it. You will see the progress. You will see the change. You will see the light. It's amazing. And rather spend your time praying and focusing on that. But what are people doing? Praying and focusing or whatever on the darkness. So you are perpetuating it. You are keeping it here. You are, feeding it. End of story. Putting energy into it. So, yeah, and sadly, a lot of these people that are awake know this. But somehow they're still in the illusion of, I have fight it, It's like I don't know. So they haven't really cognized it. You're half there. You've sort of, okay, I believe you manifest this, you do that, but, it's not there. And it's a choice. We have free will. People forget this. I don't even have a television. But here's what I'm just saying, just go and do it. And I did this for an exercise. That's why you could see it. And I'm watching the young people. They are so sick of it. Because they came into the planet with a much higher frequency, vibration, and consciousness. So they were really tired of this. This is why. And the old school try to shut them up. Oh, they woke, they're this, they're that. No. They want unity. They don't want to see the differences. They want to unite. Doesn't matter about our differences. We can accept each other. We can tolerate each other. This is the youth. And those that want to keep the divide didn't like it. Try to shut them up. This is always the case in generation of generation. Oh no, they're degenerate, they're this, they're that. Oh, da. You'll see that. Unity, it's about unity, acceptance, love, peace. Yeah. And humanity. There's, but this is the thing. There's one creator. There's only one source out there. And everything comes from that one source. So those that still want to do their separate thing in groups and divide and this and that, and then they wonder why they can't see. Like yesterday someone said to me, I feel disconnected from God or source, and why is it not happening? Why is this? I can't see, I can't hear, I can't whatever else, right? Why? Because you're playing into the divide. You are separating yourself. There is no separation. There's only one. You are part of the divine creator. The divine creator is you. You are the one and the same. There is no separation. But you are believing and playing into the separation. It doesn't matter, which is amazes me. And as people raise in consciousness, they are starting to okay, and see what's taught to you thousands of years ago. You're starting to ding dong, because you read these things in books and scriptures, but you didn't quite get it. It was it's, kind of complicated. Now people are starting to, oh, wow. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, yes. Okay. Now they're starting to understand. And, Jesus tried to explain it to them. In our level of consciousness, we weren't that evolved and that, our consciousness, and, we weren't that sharp. We were much more primitive or whatever. And even, a much dark, denser consciousness. Oh, good Lord. We've gone around killing each other. It says, thou shalt not kill. But we've had wars, religious wars, killing each other over that. Over scripture, which says you shouldn't kill. It shows you how far from the plot you can get. Then, it says in the scripture, right? As you do unto that, my brother, whatever, you do unto me. So you harming that person, you're killing that person, you're doing whatever. It's the same as you doing it to God, to me, to my Father. Yeah. Okay, look, the Bible was manipulated a bit to keep people, there was manipulation and liberties taken when they wrote it and cutting things out as people now realizing for a reason. It was put in such a way to try and keep you stuck to the church, really, to them. That was what the level of consciousness was back then. Control, and, it was control. The reason why, they decided to remove him off the planet and keep the control. We know that. But people they are starting to. But I'm saying there it is. It's saying to you, right? As you do unto that, another, my brother, whatever, you do unto me. Why? Now, if people go and reflect and pray on it, maybe instead of listening to someone else's telling you whatever you believed as a child, because that wasn't right, that you realize, yes, that you, him, as you said, there is no, my Father and I are one. Hello? You, him, everybody on the planet is part of God. As you do unto them, you're all one. You all come from the Creator. So you are hurting yourself and him. So see everyone as divine. You see every person around you as the angel or as God. That's it. You will not be able to divide or hate them. This is really what it is. It's people getting to that stage, they'll get there, where they realize, every single one out there is perfect and part of God. There is nothing else. You all come from source. So they are all fractals of God running around, experiencing, a different thing. And people get there. And then they'll start getting angry. It's just bizarre. And it's the same thing, it's fear. And then they went on witch hunts, which they did. We went on all kinds of witch hunts and crusades before. And you'll see the same thing brewing up again. They're trying to purposely stir it up, of course, in people. Just, oh my gosh, it's that, they hunt the evil. You see, you've got to purge them. Well, yeah. But, if you just sit there and you watch and you be loving and you be understanding, and there's no darkness, and I'm saying they all come from the same source. They are in the darkness themselves, that's all. They are separated from who they are from God, that's all. They need to rise out of the darkness. That's all. They just lost their way. They're separated from the light. And the more you... that's what I'm saying. People are going to do a lot of inner work. A lot of inner work. Just trace. It'll come. There we are. It will come. Absolutely... they will get it. It will come. Time. So the more they're looking on the witch hunt out there, you understand there's a lot of darkness in them they need to clear. And they're also consuming it. As it says there, if you focus on it, you'll become it. What you focus on. So the darkness will consume you. And even the Proverbs tell you, they've had there's an example in every faith. There's the devil and the angel. And the devil is saying this. And the angel is saying, love, peace, peace, peace. Which one are you feeding? Will get bigger, right? Now, you have the one with the Indians, the Hopis, the wolf, same story. It's right. Everything's the same. If you look at the scriptures, everything. They're all saying the same thing. They will all come from the same source, everything. It's just altered. It's just changed. The pictures are different, whatever. And the metaphors are different. It's their way of teaching. But they're telling you the same thing. Now, it's energy. Now, same thing. What you focus on, put your attention on, your time, your thing, is what the darkness will consume you. And they're consumed by their darkness. It's their own mind. This is what it is. The darkness is not out there. It's in them. And once you have fought it and risen above it, well, then you'll be like, oh, yeah. There we are. And this is why. And they're creating darkness. They've manifested and created half the stuff out there. And the other nasty things out there. People don't realize you're able to manifest the dark, nasty things. And you can manifest them. So, yes, they can manifest some really ugly things. And they've done it because they have the power, because they are creators. So, do you want to manifest more dark things out there, or do you want to manifest more nice things? We'll get there. I'm good, thanks. And this is what people are doing. Yeah, balance. Seek balance. But we have a lot of, because of the way we were in our society and darkness, we have so much healing that's needed on the planet. So we have a lot of people stuck in dark, dense energy, trauma. We have so much damaged people out there, people. Massive healing is needed. We've got so many people, dysfunctional families. It takes time. Generations, we've broken down the family structure, this, that. We sunk into such a dark. So we've got enormous amount of people need so much work. That's all it is. We have damaged trauma, damaged people, harm people. So you got a dysfunctional family, abusive family, an alcoholic family, you've got to learn to rise above it. So we've got all these people that need to, to clear and heal and let go of all their hate, anger, fear, whatever they've, taken on. Yes, exactly. Yeah, they need to, exactly. It's your ego, the death of the ego. And that is, I tell you what, it's a hard path, and you keep working on it. I always ask, it's probably one of the hardest things to, and this is what we see reflected around us, is no, it's got nothing to do. What is, it's your Ego, pride. Ooh, most of the things, think about it. Why you get upset? It's ego. It's ego. It's this human identity, not that ego. You're separating yourself from the divine. The more you go down, you're taking those attributes. They say, low, whatever you want to say, heaven, light, dark, above, low, whatever. Those are the lower things. Which are the darker ones? Ego, pride, arrogance. This is everything you're seeing. Oh, you upset me. You insulted me. Oh my goodness. It's ego. You're choosing to embody the divine qualities or not, or the lower qualities, right? Well, we need to, and it's choices and work. And I saw that and I was like, wow. And I tell you what, I take my hat off to those that have that actually just walk, that embody that and have let it all go, and, that are humble, that walk. It's a lot of work, and it's constant work on yourself. If you've come on this planet, or at the moment, it will be one day it won't be, because we won't be bringing up our children like that. They won't be coming in with that consciousness. But at the moment, we have, this is a world we created and we lived in. So we have to do that work, and it's a lot of work. Wow, ego, my gosh, pride, arrogance. I'm like, and I'm trying to be conscious when it pops up in me, it pops up in everybody. And I'm like, that was ego. Oh, no, that's the mind again. That's the ego talking. And trying when your thoughts as well, trying to identify when it's your thoughts, your higher self. So when it's a human mind, you'll know, okay, that's the mind. That's the ego, those thoughts. And then you drop back into the divine again. Okay, because the divine, the source, if you want to walk like the masters, Jesus and whatever on the planet, right? They embodied the divine. So as much as possible, you want to embody your divine soul, the divinity, compassion, love, peace, unconditional love, peace, all those things, right? But it's work, and it's training the mind, because then I'll be in the kitchen and the mind starts going, and I'll think, no, that's ego again, that thought, that's the, and judgment, judging others. They're doing that wrong. Oh, you must do this, and that's judgment. So and you try and filter as those thoughts come in the mind. Okay, that's, and then I try and be back into presence. Try and stay in presence. Okay, just let that, and you recognize, oh, that's the ego again. Oh, that's the mind again going. Hang on, those thoughts are not divine. So try and embody the divine. Yeah, try and it is, and you can ask, like me, for them to guide you. So I ask that I will embody the divine. I ask for divine guidance, that I'll walk like a master on this planet. You see, it's free will. So you can ask that you will please help, and you can ask them to divinely guide you, teach you, guide you, and assist you on this path. And wow, they do. It's lovely. It's amazing. So you can ask Jesus, but whoever you want, you can ask them, and they will help you. Absolutely. It's amazing. It's lovely. Wow. What you get shown and it's so beautiful. Yesterday I was shown, because I also realized, the ego just popped up big time. And then, cheers, Bob. In the morning I go onto YouTube and there's a video. And it was a little message for me. It was exactly, yep, okay, I recognize it. And I said, thank you for pointing that out. Right. Whoopsie. Back on track. Because your ego will try and lead you off course. We've always got to be aware, self-aware. And this is what most people aren't. It's work. We will get there. We will get there. And just watching it was really amazing. It was so strange. Because you're watching people, it was like popping out of the darkness, literally. You're watching these souls, because you're not seeing them in the physical body, you're seeing their soul. So you're watching these souls being pulled out of this darkness, and their head pops up first of all. So you see their heads pop up above the darkness, right? And then you see, and then you see the next wave of light coming, and then you see them coming up to here. They're rising out of the darkness. The consciousness, human consciousness and energy, is raising out of this dark, dense energy. This is what we're seeing. Yeah. It's raising. It's lovely to watch. And then you watch them free, poof, coming, like fully, their souls completely are freed. Like poof, then the soul pops up like their light. So yeah, it's really amazing to watch. It's lovely. It's amazing. And I'm watching it out there. But we got to understand now we're in a big part the collective at the moment is the shadow, is the ego, the death of the ego. It is busy. I mean, I get invited to groups sometimes, like the pure bloods. Oh my gosh, dating or this and that, whatever it is, such, and that's just ego. That's totally ego ready. They don't realize that it's from a place of ego. It's separation. Oh, look at us. How we, those people. Oh, well, they just, yeah, those are the sheep. Those are this. Those are that. All these things are separation and ego. It's the same thing. Oh, but no, they're trying to separate us, and you are as well. So no, I won't play into. I won't divide, and I won't take sides, and I won't join this group. We are one. We're all absolutely one. Every single human you see walking around there. And that was even told you in scriptures. You don't know who. You turn me away. That's what. But they don't get it. Oh, no. We can justify it because they're dark. So we can treat them badly. Did it say that in the Bible? No. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, in the beginning. But that was, guess who wrote it? Guess another one. The same people that killed Jesus wrote the Bible. Isn't that interesting? The Romans and the church, you can think where it comes from. So it was manipulated, you know what I mean? And edited, whatever, in such a way. It's clever, yeah, to keep people in fear and to come on and pay and ask for forgiveness and, control. Yeah. But they're waking up. People already are. You'll see it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter what you believe in and what you follow. It's irrelevant. It really doesn't matter. As long as you see the truth and the purity, as long as it is the unity returns, the real core of it, love, unity, peace. And it will happen because the consciousness is raising. You'll see. Even the religions will unite. They will tolerate because they weren't tolerating each other. They will also tolerate each other. We will see love, peace, unity, and tolerance, yeah. It's lovely to see, and we need it on the planet. Wow. And people have been praying for this for generations, people. And now it's happening. Oh my gosh, not fast enough. This is but they've been complaining. They've been praying for a level fairness because the inequality was bothering. Fairness is coming. Oh no. But the ones that don't want to, share are not happy about it. Fairness is coming. More equality. The inequality is going. Unity is coming. But, as I say, the old energy and the old conscience doesn't want to go in a hurry. So it's making a lot of noise and resistance. See? Fear, because the unknown, they can't see. So everything you think is changed, you perceive as bad. No. We're not heading into the darkness, we're heading into the light. So we automatically assume, oh, well, no change. Oh, it's going to be bad. Oh, it's going to be bad. No, that's what I'm saying. You are already manifesting and believing in the worst. You're manifesting the worst. You're choosing to manifest, not going to be good. It's going to be a bad ending. See, and they're not conscious of this yet. So choose your reality, choose your energy, your focus on the light, feed the light, manifest the light because it will be in your life, which I'm sure you would like, and in the collective because everybody does eventually, enough for the balance. That's what will be in the collective. At the moment, they're all following the fear, the worst timeline, focusing on it, resistance, anger, fear, and manifesting that. And holding it in their own life and own reality, which is not a good thing to do. But anyway, there we are. You know what? As I say, you're not your body. So even if you leave your body, if you do something stupid and manifest something horrible in your life, you leave your body. There's no stupid. It's a lesson. And you come back next time. And you will come back anyway the next time with a higher level of consciousness and a lesson that you learn. You won't have to repeat, at least. What you learned now, you won't have to repeat. And you will just carry on. Raising your consciousness. That's it. You're not going to go backwards, at least. And you're going to come in with a higher. There's no despising anything. Did I say? Everyone we tolerate all. We will be like that. We will tolerate. Everyone has a free will. Source. Could you imagine? Right there we are. This is what I'm saying. We're not looking at it from another angle. Look at this angle. Do you want us all to be the same little clones running around doing the same thing, believing the same thing? No. You are all part of Source, the creative Source, right? Let's just say you're a fractal of God, I'm a fractal of God, right? Now, what's the point of playing this game then? If we're all going to get there, but we've got to get there through different means. We've got to realize it. Now, what happens, as I saw, the entire planet gets lit up. I mean, the entire planet. So when we get to this point where the human consciousness and light has risen to such a point that the entire planet becomes one massive, now, multi-dimensional light. So people expect to see light. Multi-dimensional light. So this planet it just pushes up. Eventually, it's like one massive ball of energy. This planet just is just exuding this incredibly high frequency and light. It's going to affect the universe and everything else around it. So Source is okay. This is like a virtual reality game. You're all playing. You all have a role. So you're playing, a beekeeper and who knows, whatever, and you're doing this, and we've all got to. So we're all in different parts of the planet and spreading our energy in different things, because otherwise you need them. So there's light in every aspect, in every religion, in every part of the planet and everything. We're all doing our role, but we're all playing a different role. You see, it would be very boring if we were all doing the same, looking the same. I mean, what's the point? There's no point then. How can Source learn? How can you learn, expand this creation if you're all having the same lesson and doing the same thing? You want to experience love, peace, this, that, and overcome it. So this is why we're doing it, right? But we're all taking it, and you've done it. Just look at your own life. So the question there by saying, you've been all those beings, and you've been that, you were a murderer, this and that, and this, as a woman, a female, a that, a Christian, a Muslim, a da. You've been them all. This is what it is. So you can't say, to despise this, that's what I'm saying, it's separation again. Judging another religion or another belief. It doesn't matter how they believe and who they, it's all, there's only one creator, one source. You can pray to God, or the creator source, however you want. But you're still praying or still thanking the one. You're still thanking the creator. How you do it, it's irrelevant. And they will find their way they will all get there in their own way. Because remember, this is what you're trying to tell Source, that Source is wrong. It's like saying to yourself, oh no, this is wrong. Source, nothing created, everything, every one of you, everything exists. Great, but it's, it's from the same source, from the creator. So you're a projection of I am there. So you're trying to say you're wrong. Then you're saying you're wrong because you're a part of Source as well, you see. It's divine consciousness. We are just not, you're in a physical body. So you are only able to perceive this much reality, truth, knowledge in this level of frequency and incarnation. But you now raise the spinning of you spin this physical vessel faster or move into a higher dimension or whatever consciousness, you will see it or from the highest, source in the universe, the divine. It's infinite intelligence and things. And so everything comes from it. Everything was created. Every part, everything that you see exists is part of the creative source, comes from the one source. There. So that tree, that everything, aren't you glad this diversity is beautiful? It's created. You can't hate yourself. You see? So no, you judge. It's incredible, the diversity, the beauty, the thing. It's created and has a role, as a part. And all lessons. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I see my battery's flat. Anyway, there was my morning coffee. It's getting cold. I finished my meditation. I thought I'll share that with you. It is. We'll get there. But as I say, this is what I saw. And people are different levels. So you're seeing them popping out of the mud. It looks like mud. You're seeing them pop. And some are only just raising their head into the light. Some are this way high, chest high, this now. Some of them are completely free. They're completely now... because you see, when you see these things, you don't see them in their physical body. You see the consciousness or the soul, the light body or whatever, people know in the meditation, same with it. You see them as they are, whatever energy they are, human or not, in that physical or non-physical presence. There we are. So that's it. All right, I've got to plug my phone in because it's going to die on me. So there we are. So next time, please don't throw stones. And it tells you anyway. And you know this, no matter what you follow, whether it's spiritual, whether it's every one of them. Some of them were me, as I say. We've got to understand where it comes from, and people don't realize that, Jesus was executed by the Roman Catholic Church, Vatican, same thing. Executed by them. Why? Because he was becoming too powerful, too popular. And raising the consciousness and freedom and peace. And there it wasn't really, and we were in warmongering and control, whatever, and the whole planet was like that. So he was done away with, and then they wrote the Bible hundreds of years, or put it together, under their control. Same people that got rid of him decided, no, we'll take control of this movement to manage it. So we'll manage it how we want it, make sure this movement that he started is not going to, it's under their control. And then they decided what they want to put in it. And as you know, lots were left off, and we haven't got it. And it's not even accessible to the public. Half these things are locked away, in vaults. And there we are. And then, and you will give us money or pray, or we will forgive you and you will pay us to get to, very clever. But we're waking up now, and this is what it is. Humans, it's liberation, it's freedom. And as they said, heaven on earth or whatever, it's coming. And people, and if we wanted to come faster, people are moaning about this, right? Oh, it's not fast enough. Oh my gosh, because that's fear. Do your own work. You understand? Then start working on it. Why are you fearing? Because you are focusing on the doom, gloom, you believing you have chosen that destructive, nasty timeline. You are helping manifest that timeline that you don't want to see here. So the more people unplug, they say they unplug from what they call the matrix, they're making the matrix. Take that plug out. Stop focusing on, they're trying to kill us, they're trying to do this to us. Whoa! And focus on the light and the unity and spreading it and holding it and seeing it. Stop feeding the dark one. Feed the light. And there we are. But also understand this is in their time, and they've got to come to that. And as their consciousness raises, they will get to that point. Also, choice depends on how slow they get to it, but how much they seek it, want it, stay on it, persistent. So the ones that seek it, seek the help, seek the guidance, seek the love, seek the light, seek the whatever. Please tell me what I'm doing wrong. Show me, help me, this and that, not for fear. Guide me, help me be a better person, help me that. They will get it there faster. Okay. The ones that, got to try and kill them, we've got to do that, and well, there we are. They're just resisting and fighting they're chasing their tail, their own ego, around, and they'll take longer to get there, and they're going to keep this situation that they don't want longer on the planet, or manifest it, and then when they leave their body, they'll think, oh, shit, I manifested myself out of here, oh, right, okay, I get it, and then they'll come back. There we are. Yeah, but it's us. I was the same. That's what I'm saying. You're only aware of what you are at your level of consciousness. That's it. I was exactly the same when I woke up. So I don't judge or angry or hate them or understand or whatever. I love them all. And because I know where they are, because I was exactly the same. You see, and as you raise, it's like, oh wow, you get more. And as you raise, it's incredible. You never stop learning. Your consciousness, and all of you choose, and your frequency and vibration is constantly rising or evolving. So as you go up, and it's like, oh wow, more knowledge, more wisdom, more light, more knowledge, more wisdom, more light, and it's just fantastic. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's profound. And if you stay in that, thank you for gratitude, thank you for the lessons, thank you for my healing, thank you. You just keep going up. Then you understand where they are, and you don't judge them. Because they're not there yet. And the more they're in anger and fear, a lot slower they're going to get there. Because that's a lower, darker, denser energy. They're in that dark, which I was trying to pull them out of in my meditations. You see it trying to come on. Anyway, we're trying to rise them out of the darkness. Yeah, they raise their consciousness. But they will get there, love them, you know. And when when they die, you're all together again, and then they know who they are, you know. But the more they raise, the more they'll be able to see through the veil, see the truth. So the more you're in darkness and fear, well, you are now less able to see the truth and the light and whatever else. Yeah, but that's the same thing. As I say, we've gone through there. All right, lovely people. Yeah, they all preach the same, different metaphors. If you look at it, they all different names, but the same stories, text, syllables, somatos, uvas, Sumerians, same thing. They talk about, they just, and it's out there, people want to look, but it's irrelevant, It's irrelevant, it's us. And people are still chasing their own demons and their own tail. We've done this for so long. For centuries, thousands of years, actually, wow. That's anyway, but as I say, never mind. It's all wonderful. It's all good. Choose what you want. You feed the angel or the demon, or the dark wolf or the light one. Feed the light. Focus on the light. See the light. Don't choose. That's it. That's wisdom. Don't choose the dark one to manifest or believe it as your truth. Because, some people have come here to experience that, actually. So they will. Because remember, we're eternal. We can't die. So they'll come here maybe to experience persecution or suffering or something. Or, that's a choice, to learn to forgive, or whatever they've come here to learn. Because it's all from a divine perspective, and all not from a negative or bad thing. It's all from good. Every single one of those things is from a place of love, growth, peace, unity. Even the dark comes to teach it, yeah. All right, beautiful people. You have a glorious day, or evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. And be at peace. Focus on the light. If you are frightened and angry, ask for that guidance. Why? What you need to clear, let go of. See, focus on the light. Feed the light. Ask for that guidance, whatever. And it comes. Ask for the help. Ask for the support. Ask for the whatever you need. Know it. Start being gratitude. Start thanking Him for what we are seeing. Instead of saying, you watch the amount of people. Look at how much light, how much change is happening, how much consciousness is raising. I see that because I don't look for the bad. I'm like, wow, I'm able then to see the light and how much. It's incredible. Since 220, in 1 year, it's an unbelievable amount of people, how it's spreading. Love, unity, everywhere, all ages, everywhere. It's fantastic. You're not seeing that because you've been distracted. You're focusing on feeding the dark. That's your choice.